Chowder.
I'm not your boyfriend!
I'm not your boyfriend!
No, I didn't mean I wanted to. I'll be really creepy, and you'll be really scared. But in your final moments, you'll realize that we're meant to be.
Kiss me, you fool!
My final moments? What does that mean?
I'm not gonna lie, I've combined all the cooties from each of the following cartoons into one video. Prepare to examine the most ruthless practitioners in the ancient art of not taking a hint. The world is but a series of reflections, so why not reflect on these characters' obsessions? I haven't slept in days. I'm warning you now. The world of obsessed characters is deeper and more disturbing than you remember. Essentially, this is an exhibition of my favorite, hopelessly romantic and,
You make my girlhood tremble.
hormonally challenged cartoon characters.
Now back off, Tuds. I got some youth to enjoy.
Man, I really gotta get a new obsession.
Not necessarily to keep score of each obsession word for word, bar for bar. Instead, I'll be teleporting and bouncing around a variety of shows based on what I like to call the 4 stages of obsession.
How about Mr. Small's group therapy? It's really good. I've been to every single one to cure my obsessive personality. Every single one.
The first and most innocuous stage of obsession is ignoring consent. Personal space is the true antagonist of this entire video, and when a character crosses that boundary without consent, this type of sus behavior marks the budding stage of a growing obsession.
We have him now. Aren't you too young for lipstick?
Yes, she is. Let's go. Now, this might come off as a surprise to some of you, but I'd really like to start this video with a sense of normalcy. This is Isabella. Isabella is the most beloved, outgoing, iconic, belly-rolling, and otherwise passive-aggressive character on Phineas and Ferb.
Sure, I still have to get my you wouldn't know cute if it bit your legs off accomplishment patch.
Indeed, Isabella is normal relative to her creepy contemporaries. Sweet mother of pearl. Let's hope you have a strong stomach, because I'm talking tetanus, human growth hormone, cooties made edible through witchcraft, and tantric spells. Jesus, Fudge, how are you good? Without spiraling into some kind of social justice tirade about victims, I will be critiquing some of the ethics of these characters, no doubt, but make no mistake, what I've put together here can only be described as a freak show, with Isabella being the one exception, of course. And it still boggles the mind as the youngest representative of this trope, at only 7 years of age, would turn out to be the most mature and socially adept. It is technically okay to obsess over a person, especially if it's your first crush or whatnot, but only to a certain extent. And what better character than Isabella to gracefully demonstrate that extent?
You were lost in Phineas Land again.
Oh, wait, can you really heal me?
Yes, with this ancient technique.
Which reminds me, let's revisit my initial prompt about consent. First, let's get something straight. Isabella would be lucky to get Phineas's attention for more than a nanosecond, let alone his consent. And I think it all comes down to Phineas's triangular, in Isabella's words, savantism.
Just I'm alone with my triangular savant.
And being a savant of any shape for that matter can be a gift and a curse. Also, with Phineas having a hypotenuse for a forehead, it adds another dimension since obviously his prefrontal cortex doesn't exist.
Yeah, they should be brought back to their homes and set free.
Oh, really? Maybe I should lock you 3 up in here as well.
Nah, that's cool. Tonight's taco night at home.
Now you see what type of business Phineas is willing to stand on. And in the face of Isabella's overly polite attempts at flirting, he consistently remains in flow state. The same things that make Phineas great are the exact same things that make him emotionally unavailable.
Nah, that's cool. Tonight's taco night at home.
No emotions. So if he slips up and says something even remotely romantic, Isabella will be sure to clarify what he means before reading too far into it.
Hey, Isabella, we're having iced tea. You want some, honey?
What did you say?
See, Isabella's too bashful to say this to you, Phineas, but do us a favor, my boy. Fix your tone. the next time you talk to her, because it's mad confusing.
We're having iced tea. You want some, honey?
I know you're gaslighting me. Do you think I'm that stupid? It's what you should have said, Isabella. But again, she's much better, much more polite. The push and pull of Phineas's boundless ambition versus Isabella's puppy love is less of a tug of war and more of an appendage attached to Phineas's otherwise massive brand.
So what you're saying is, you think I'm cute?
It's a scientific fact.
He's a goddamn mogul. He can't be bothered with feelings.
It's a scientific fact.
No, Phineas. Photosynthesis is a scientific fact. The Pythagorean theorem is a scientific fact. Your mom is a scientific fact. You're just an ass. On to greener pastures. You should notice a steep decline in consensual behavior from this point on, starting with Sarah from The Amazing World of Gumball.
I'm an otaku. Light could kill me.
She prides herself on blurring the boundaries between consent and I'm calling the cops now. You know, having self-awareness is invaluable when it comes to establishing consent. Obviously, you should have a general awareness of how other people perceive you.
I haven't figured out where I fit in here. Cause am I like the kooky one?
Well, at the moment, you're more like the insanely obsessive one.
Ouch. Once you gather enough context clues, hopefully by reading the room, you start to make more informed decisions like not doing public cannibalism. Or maybe easing up off the homie because he's not feeling you. But no, not for Sarah and her split personality. They are the tag team champions of not taking a hint.
I'm not sure I'm comfortable with you following us.
Don't worry. You'll never see me.
Sarah does not ask permission because she'd rather just ask forgiveness, which is more than I can promise about the next character of this trope because she doesn't ask permission or forgiveness.
Num-nums! Are you? Okay. Please don't touch me.
If only those words meant anything whatsoever to Panini from Chowder, we would not be having this discussion. Even for a character as cute and innocent looking as Panini, there's little to no room for consent when it comes to getting what she wants.
Time to catch me, my man.
Pull out of your pants.
I ain't got no pants!
Well, feel me, you're gonna want to invest in some pants, Chowder. That'll be your first line of defense against this absolute fiend.
Be gone, demon!
Panini is the only character of this trope whose cuteness rivals and may even outmatch Isabella's.
You wouldn't know cute if it bit your legs off.
I don't know if you noticed, but Isabella, shut the f***! I'm sorry, I told y'all I haven't slept in days. About Panini. Her unassuming appearance only serves as the perfect guise for her antisocial and non-consensual behavior.
Please help! Mom! Truffles! I know you weren't in this episode, but please come and help me!
Isabella, you want to come with me?
Yes! I mean, yeah, sure, you know, whatever. It's all good, bro.
On Phineas and Ferb, Isabella makes it a point not to force herself onto Phineas, the idea being he should make the first move. But as you can imagine, 7-year-old Isabella is no Wizard of Oz. In fact, she couldn't flirt her way out of a paper bag, let's be real. But that's okay. That doesn't stop her from being opportunistic.
Yeah, want to come?
To the City of Love?
That's what they call it.
You're asking me to go to the City of Love with you.
Yeah, it'll be fun.
Now, let me see if I got this straight.
This is her way of coaxing the will you go on a date with me out of Phineas. Except the end result usually goes something like,
Congratulations, you played yourself.
Oh, Phineas!
Ferb, show the happy couple to their table.
But even after being slightly led on by this Patrick Bateman facsimile, Isabella finds it in her heart not to take her frustrations out on him. If only Phineas looked at Isabella the way he looks at this wind spinner, for instance.
It's those kids next dorks.
As the closest comparison to this, Lizzie also throws a spanner in Nigel's work-life balance. In the interest of time, I decided to give Lizzie her own separate video. She's just as obsessed as all the rest of these characters, but with a few caveats. She's also an alien. It turns out to be a fucking Mondo tangent. That's why it's another video. I uncovered a lot more than I expected, so if it interests you, check it out later. For now, I'll toss in a free mating call.
Hey Arnold, I give up. The next name on this list is Helga Pataki. Helga.
It has been theorized that Helga from Hey Arnold is the true main character of the show. Aside from Arnold, Helga occupies the most screen time, and any episode that starts off with this violin riff, you know Brainy's got a long day ahead of him. The Helga-centric episodes are really two of a kind. They're either the kind that gives fragments of her rich backstory or feature heavy amounts of body horror, or the kind where she fakes being disabled all for the sake of using Arnold as some sort of kickstand at the dance for her sick, twisted amusement.
Oh, who am I kidding? I love this guy. Maybe I should stop torturing him. Nah, this is way too much fun.
Yeah, and I bet you had fun catfishing Arnold that other episode because apparently he's a blind idiot.
Who are you?
I can't tell you.
Why not?
I just can't, that's all.
And that's not a unibrow, that's a face tat. And upon closer inspection, bro, she blurted out. On second thought, I'm on Helga's side. I'd have anger issues too if I had to wear a pink frock every day.
Don't get mad, don't get mad! I think you're a big dumb jerk! That sounds like I'm some sort of pathetic punk. What did you guys get? I got anime-obsessed fangirl who stalks the loser, which is completely accurate.
Let's stay on Helga for this section, because when it comes to this stalking business, Helga's a veteran.
I better get this home fast before it dries.
Far out. Although many of the girls cherish their respective, memorabilia, none of them quite amount to Helga's infamous gum sculpture, right? And we're not gonna speculate over what that closet smells like, cause I'm not curious and you're not curious. But that gang of flies certainly are. May the Lord have mercy on your soul, Helga. At least she isn't practicing this on Arnold's face. That's more than I could say for the rest of these characters. Instead, our expert stalker extraordinaire has spent an entire night staking out Arnold's closet.
Good night, sweet prince.
You know what? At this point, you should be saying that from a prison cell, Helga. Unfortunately, her streak of breaking and entering doesn't stop there. In another episode, she sneaks into his room in pursuit of a bird that was gonna spill on her entire operation.
You make my girlhood tremble.
As I tremble in fear just having to mention it.
Shut up! I'll tell the world my love, or my name's not Helga G. Pataki.
And I'll give her that. Assuming there's a good enough reason to break in, just get in and get out. But when I see you watching Arnold get naked in secrecy, that's where I draw the line.
He's getting undressed. I can't look. Be still, my bruised and aching heart.
Seriously, she's living the stalker's dream. She's a stalker. Like, she's a stalker who has a stalker. I'm talking stalker inception.
Stop creeping up on me, you little creep! Sorry.
But there is one other girl that stalks for the sport. On a similar level as Helga. And that could have been Tootie with her upper level CIA stalking technology. But she does a bit more sobbing than stalking.
Watch out you don't slip on her tears.
The one that really impressed me most is Sarah. Her stalking prowess borders on the supernatural. I mean, no doubt Helga does employ some forms of witchcraft, right?
You know, the shrines and stuff, the 3 a.m. vigils, the tantric spells.
Exactly, but Sarah literally baits Gumball and Darwin into chasing her, which is every stalker's fantasy. Stalking with this level of pizzazz takes a certain amount of talent and...
Sarah!
I could respect it.
Wherever you are, I'll always be there. When you were alone, I was there too, behind the shower curtain, and you never knew. I dressed in your clothes and breathed in your air.
Oh yeah, we making it out the headcanon with this one. Not to mention Gumball has led Sarah on into oblivion so many times, I can't even blame her.
Gumball's a loser. Zach is the man. Zach doesn't ask. He takes.
All right, Penny! This will snap you out of it. Gumball! Sorry, Penny! Sorry to whoever you are.
But unfortunately, Sarah isn't the only person to take the boyfriend thing as far as to the point where we maybe have to fear for their safety.
Hey, guys.
So how long has this been going on?
What?
No one asked for your opinion, you frozen freak! Do you know what happens when you mess with my man?
I think you might be overreacting.
I'll show you overreacting! Yeah.
And unlike the rest of the victims in this video, Gumball is not a walking lick. He literally packs her out and Sarah just respawns like nothing happened. It's actually impressive.
Walk on the other side of the street, please. Now stay at this distance for the rest of our lives.
There is no amount of space that can separate Sarah from her targets. Now do you feel silly, Gumball, for rejecting Mr. Small's help? Back to Isabella, she stalks like any other normal, civilized person by lurking on social media and screen recording Phineas's IG stories to make this.
Isabella, will you marry me?
The magic of digital editing.
You see, stalking can be a victimless crime. There's just a fine line between cuteness and crimes against humanity.
What you doing? What you doing? What you doing? Hey! What you doing?
Turns out it's okay to ambush a guy as long as you got a cute catchphrase to break the awkward silence. Maybe this is how Helga would act if she grew up in a more stable two-parent household.
Restraining order?
Beyond this point, all restraining orders have been temporarily lifted for research purposes.
Kiss me, you fool!
Sorry, Timmy.
Which is why I'm gonna hide here for the next 24 hours where nobody can find me. Timmy!
Looks like you won't be catching a break anytime soon. And that goes for all of you. Proceed with caution.
Gotta go. Got a secret mission to do. Alright. Sorry.
And you know what? The sad part is there's no amount of side shuffling that can get Ro out of this situation.
You're in my personal space. Help!
You're on your own, Chowder. No one's gonna help him. In fact, they'll just crowd around and say, "Aw, ain't that so cute?" Sickening.
Chowder, a girl kissed you. Kissed you!
I know, it was gross!
Even for a person as adorable as Chowder, everyone is entitled to their personal space, right? Easy enough concept to understand. Wait, what is this?
No!
Do my eyes deceive me?
BJ, stop! I said no!
If everyone got a taste of their own medicine, the world would be a much more balanced place.
I think you broke my tailbone.
Sarah crosses the line in the most delicate way possible by literally writing a kiss into her own script.
Oh my gosh. So when I wrote all this, it became canon in reality. Excuse me for a second.
Screw witchcraft, her domain expansion technique is genuinely boundless.
Oh, genius idea. But wait, how did us kissing you help that plan?
It didn't.
In other, more felonious news, Tootie goes from selflessly protecting Timmy from bullies to becoming the bully herself.
There you are, Timmy! I brought a canoe paddle to help you pass out again! Ah!
She celebrates at the prospect of his unconscious body.
Yay! Timmy's unconscious again!
And I'd be doing this topic a disservice if I didn't mention the Canker sisters from Ed, Edd, and Eddy.
Class is now in session! Students, be seated!
They're the OGs of SA, if you will. These girls were out committing battery when you were crapping in your hands and rubbing it in your face. As a bunch of future lot lizards, I can confidently say they have spread more cooties per capita than all these other characters combined. These girls are pure evil, and the Ed boys tried everything, including but not limited to reverse psychology, which would have worked if Daddy didn't fold immediately. That being said, the Canker sisters' reputation kinda precedes them. You could usually find them in a tree or in a trailer park or somewhere near a tree in the trailer park, diving lips first into their victims. I laugh because I refrain from crying.
I was kind of hoping my first kiss would be enjoyable.
And I was kind of hoping this would get easier as we went on, but if that were genuinely the case, I would have started off with the Cankers as opposed to ending with them. But I'll eat the trash for last, because the Eds are less anti-girlfriend than the other characters for sure.
I can't believe it. You, the girl lover!
It's always the quiet ones.
She's not my girlfriend! Hey, num-nums. I'm not your boyfriend!
Eddie, I fear they're becoming amorous.
What's that mean?
Regardless, the cankers are a whole nother obsessed animal. I also left them for last because these girls have less to do with the topic of obsession and more to do with pure sadism.
How do we get into these?
How does a cucumber become a pickle? These answers are more obvious than you think. It's the weirdest part of Ed, Edd n Eddy, and that's saying a lot. And it shows how this type of so-called comedy leverages double standards. In reality, it's just gross and not really funny. Except when Ed drinks the canker burger through a straw. That was hilarious. Each of these characters inherit the same properties, but in different permutations and to varying degrees. Altogether, they paint a comprehensive picture of the trope as a whole. Isabella never crosses any physical boundary with Phineas, although she does have one redacted kiss on record.
So none of us will remember any of today?
That's right.
Good.
Wait.
Classic Isabella move. And I know I called out Phineas earlier for not entertaining Isabella's flirting, but let's be real, he's a 7-year-old boy who's not interested in girls. It's not that deep. I think it's fair that the writers didn't force her and Phineas together until they go off to college in the end. We were rooting for him all along. We also get Chowder and Panini, who end up married with children, which ain't so bad. But I'm still scratching my head over Helga and Arnold ending up together.
But still, you're pretty darn lucky to have someone who cares about you so much.
You know, it is kind of cool. Obsessive, but cool.
Let him cook?
Get that damn camera out my motherfucking face.
Psych, I'm not going for the malarkey. This ultimately sends a message that you can connive your way into a healthy relationship, which, who are we kidding, right? The time has come, the video's over. Thought I'd have something more to say. I low-key did, but I desperately wanted this video to be under 20 minutes. Regardless, if you made it this far, you might as well go all the way. Wait, not like that. I mean, you should subscribe, because it insists upon itself.
It insists upon itself, Lois.
What?
It insists upon itself.
What does that even mean?
Alright gang, for now this has been Adrenaline Flux, and until next time, I got a secret mission to go to.
Gotta go. Got a secret mission to do. Alright. Sorry.